What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Something. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick demonstration over the Xtuga X4 multi-directional condenser microphone. In case you guys don't know anything about this microphone, it is a budget microphone and it also catches 4 different patterns. So it's going to catch your cardioid pattern, it's going to catch your omnidirectional pattern, it's going to catch your bidirectional pattern, and it's going to catch a stereo pattern for you as well. And it's all with these dials here on the back. We'll get into that a little bit more. In today's demonstration, I'm just going to kind of go over some of the features of the microphone, and then I'm also going to give you guys like a sound demonstration, like if you were to record a song or something with this, just to kind of let you know what it's going to sound like in all different kind of use scenarios. When you receive the package, you're going to notice it comes in this nice sleeve. The sleeve is covering this case, and it's nice that you actually get a case here with this microphone. It's a nice all metal case, so it will definitely protect your microphone well. When you crack this thing open, you're going to notice first thing is that you're going to see the instruction manual right on top. So boom, they give you an instruction manual that goes through all the patterns and everything that you need to know there. But then when you look, you'll see there's a mic, and then there's 2 cords in the case. So you're going to get a USB-C to C, and then you're also going to get a USB-C to A. See, just like that. And then the last thing in the box is this microphone. It's snugly tucked in there. You'll see there that it comes on a stand. It is metal. It surprised me because it's about 4 pounds when you pull it out. You'll see one side with your polar patterns and the other side with your volume. All right, so let's go ahead and start right off with the build quality of the microphone. The build quality of this thing is absolutely exceptional. I do have one con, and it would be the knobs. But as far as the microphone itself, it's built with all metal. So even the top up here is metal. There's a little bit of foam in the top too as well that kind of plays as like a pop filter. But if you're gonna record vocals like I did, you're still gonna need a pop filter like this in order to get the job done, because it's still gonna pick up some of those plosives as you are rapping or singing or whatever it is that you are doing into the microphone. But other than that, the microphone, I think they say weighs 4.2 pounds. So you know that it is heavy duty because it's got some weight to it. It's got some girth and size to it as well. Pause. But the only con I have is just that the knobs are a little plasticky. I think they would have been a little better serviced if they were rubber or even metal. But, for $109, you really can't complain at the price because that's what the price of this is coming in at. So now let's talk about some of the features in this microphone and what it can do. So this microphone on the bottom, I'll just pull up pictures and show you because I'm going to record all the audio in this video through this microphone. So on the bottom, there is an auxiliary out, there's headphones in, and then there's 2 cords that are going to come with this. It's going to be a USB-C to A and C to C, and you can plug that into the bottom as well. And then there is an interface in this microphone. So like, let's say you are a traveling musician and you're going to want to go somewhere and you're going to want to need a microphone, but you don't want to take an interface. You don't want to take all these other different tools. You could just take this microphone and then you can get whatever you need to get done on the road because you would be able to just plug it right into your computer. It's got an interface. It has compression in the microphone. So it doesn't allow for the sound to get too distorted as well, which is another very solid feature in this microphone. So you'll notice here on the front side of the microphone, you have a microphone volume, and then you also have your headphone volume right here. And then on the back of the microphone, you'll notice that you have 4 different modes. So you have your stereo mode, you have your omnidirectional mode, you have your cardioid pattern, and then you also have a bidirectional mode. And then right underneath that, you have a mute button that turns on and off. This microphone is plug and play, and it does have an internal shock mount in the microphone. You can mount this microphone to a boom arm if you wanted to. One other con on this is at the bottom of this where the 3/8 thread is for you to hook up your boom arm to it. If you don't have a long boom arm, it's going to be hard for your USB-C cord to fit in that slot just because of how it's put together on the bottom. But you can take off the side and then you can just get the smaller threads and then you can just hook it up to your boom arm from the side. And that's probably how I would hook it up anyway, because all my other mics, they have like the little clip and then it always sits off to the side. That's probably how I'd want to set my mic up anyway. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and read off some of the specs here to this microphone so that you guys can get all the specs and all the information that you need. So the impedance of this microphone is 16 ohms. The maximum frequency is 48 kilohertz. The microphone form factor is a table array. Power source is corded electric, so basically it's going to be a USB-C cord. The material is obviously metal. The signal to noise ratio on this is 66 dB. Number of channels, 1. Your frequency response on this is going to be 18 kilohertz. The noise level is going to be 85 dB. And then the item weight is going to be 4.2 pounds. So just like I said, this thing is kind of heavy duty. It feels good in your hands, no lie. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch between the different pickup patterns. So right now we're in cardioid, but I'm going to switch to stereo. All right, so now that we have it in stereo, they say that this is great for recording guitars and different instruments and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to turn the microphone so you can hear how it sounds in different directions. All right, so this is what it's going to sound like on the right side. Then this is what it's going to sound like on the back. This is what it's going to sound like in the front. And then this right here is what it's going to sound like on the left side. So now I've just switched back to cardioid. Obviously, cardioid is going to just be facing this way. So if I was to turn it around and talk in the back side, it's going to sound muffled as you hear me talking in the backside. This is how it's going to sound if you talk in the wrong direction. Another thing I want to make sure that I mention is the front of this microphone is going to be where you see the volume at. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and switch over to omnidirectional. So now that I have it in omnidirectional, this is what it's going to sound like when I speak on the front side of the mic. This is what it's going to sound like when I'm talking to the right side of the microphone. This is what it's going to sound like when I'm talking into the back of the microphone. And then this is what it's going to sound like when I talk into the left side of the microphone. They say that omnidirectional is good when you have more than one person on a podcast or when you have more than one person recording music, because somebody can talk in the front of the microphone and somebody else could speak into the back of the microphone. All right, and then from here, we're going to go to bidirectional mode. So let's go ahead and click this to bidirectional mode. And they say that this one is good for podcasts as well, because somebody can talk on this side of the microphone and somebody can talk on the back side of the microphone. So this is just capturing sound in the front and the back of the microphone. So here's what it sounds like in the front of the microphone. Here's what it's going to sound like on the right side of the microphone. Here's what it's going to sound like on the back side of the microphone. And then this is what it's going to sound like on the left side of the microphone. All right, guys, so now I want to switch it up a little bit for you guys. Let's hop into FL Studio. I recorded a track with this. So this is just basically a demo beat that I had put together. So it's not nothing fancy. This isn't no music I'm about to put out. But basically what I did was I took a vocal, I recorded that vocal, and then I mixed it down. So then I kind of put a mix on there, how I would use it. So I'm going to let you guys hear what it sounds like without the mix on there. And then I'm going to let you guys hear what it sounds like with the mix on there. And then I'm going to let you hear what it sounds like in the actual beat. So here's what that vocal sounds like raw, right out of the Xtuga X4. It's going to sound like this. Flows is great with no mistakes. Don't go and hate cause I'm holding weight. Like that rush hour traffic on them golden gates. And she replied with it's cool, but don't strolling late. So every time I greet her, it's 23 centimeters. She my favorite senorita. She always there when I need her. I'm a warmth without the heat. So it's not a bad vocal performance out of the microphone. So now once I throw some effects on there and I start getting it to sound how I want it to sound with effects and everything on there, let me go ahead and turn this nectar back on. Now I can get it to sound like this. Flows is great with no mistakes. Don't go and hate cause I'm holding weight. Like that rush hour traffic on them golden gates. And she replied with it's cool, but don't strolling late. So every time I greet her, it's 23 centimeters. She my favorite senorita. She always there when I need her. I'm a warmth without the heater. She hungry, then I'm a feed her. She my sugar, I'm a spice. She tell me there's nothing sweeter. Never gotta worry. All right, so that's what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Kind of mixed down. Not the greatest of mix. I just threw nectar on there. Keep in mind, this beat isn't all the way mixed down either, so it's not the greatest mix that you're getting, but I wanted to kind of demonstrate something so that you can hear what this is actually going to sound like if you're performing on the mic and recording, if it's something that you're going to use, not just to be a streamer or a content creator, if it's a mic that you're going to use until, maybe you upgrade, to your next level of mic. But this is what it sounds like in the beat. Flows is great with no mistakes. Don't go and hate cause I'm holding weight. Like that rush hour traffic on them golden gates. And she replied with it's cool but don't stroll in late. So every time I greet her it's 23 centimeters. She my favorite senorita. She always there when I need her. I'm a warmth without the heater. She hungry then I'm a feeder. She my sugar, I'm a spice. She tell me there's nothing sweeter. Never gotta worry, she on rash compassion. Always smashing some fashion. Joke, passing, we laughing. We matching attraction. So I'm catching some action. We flashing our passion. So I'm mashing the gas and I mean, so that's what it sounds like there in a mix, you know what I'm saying, with some effects on there, on the vocals, all that other stuff. I think for me, I think it's pretty decent. Again, the microphone is $109. They do have a special that if you enter code something something SUM at checkout, you can get an additional 5% off. I'll leave that linked in the description too as well. But overall, what are my final thoughts on this microphone? I think it's a decent microphone. I think it's a good microphone. You know, anybody who is just maybe getting into podcasting or maybe just getting into streaming, it's a microphone that you can definitely use, especially if you have more than one people around, and you can use that, you know, bi-directional in order to get two people's voices or whatever the case is. I think that that's pretty solid. Really, you're getting 4 capsules for the price of 1. I think that's pretty solid too as well. I mean, I've talked about the cons. It's something so little as the knobs, but the microphone is built for tough. I mean, it's really, really a well-built microphone. So 2 more things, just in case I forgot to mention them. You're going to get 2 different volume controls on the front. So you're going to get a volume control for your microphone and one for your headphones. On the back, you're going to get a mute button. As you see here, this mute button shines. So if I push it in, you see how it was blue there for you guys for a little bit. Just very, very decent microphone. So again, I'll leave everything linked below in the description. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell. So every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. I appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the key.